Namaste. Welcome to this first session of Vartalap on the Esoteric Aromatherapy Workshop.
Thank you, Ruchi and Sanjil. I wanted to share my experience about IWC's Esoteric Aromatherapy Workshop, which I attended way back in 2018. Now, this workshop was one of a kind. We learned the use of essential oils. We learned how to use it along with the color therapeutic energy healing. The animated content of the workshop, the supporting material given, the practicals done in the workshop made it so interesting and was so easy to understand that I was able to start my very own preparations immediately after the workshop. So for those who are new to this course, let's hear about the workshop from Ruchi and Sanjay.
Namaste Hemlata. Thank you for starting this conversation. And this is such an important topic, you know why? Because most of the people associate aromatherapy with scent, with perfume, with pure indulgence, with something which is nice to have luxury. But in reality, the essential oils, they have so much more to them. They have a lot of therapeutic properties. And our energy healing background has helped us in looking at this from a very, very different perspective. And that is why the Esoteric Aromatherapy Workshop is very different, or presents a very unique and different perspective, which is the perspective of therapeutic energy healing.
In fact, we started this workshop in end of 2012. Now we are in healing background from 2001, and we are always looking for different quick way of getting good energy source. Now, if you are in the healing background, you know that energy is the driving force behind everything. So how is our health? How is our wealth? How is our relationships? How is my mood? Everything is governed by the energy which is surrounding us. So the success lies in your ability to find a quick energy source. Now we know that we have air energy, we have ground energy, we have sun energy, but we also know that the plant is a natural source of energy given to us by our mother nature. And the essential oils are concentrated energy source which are available to us. We can use these powerhouse sources of the life force energies which are there in the essential oil. Now different essential oils emit different kinds of energy. As we have the knowledge of color therapy, so we know which color energy is good for what purpose, and in this workshop we focus on using or tapping the energy of essential oil for various purpose to energize various aspects of our life.
Yeah, actually, after doing the workshop, I started to rely on the solutions we learned in the workshop, because especially for my own healing needs and for my family. I'm reminded of an incident where we were having an important function, and just 4 days before the function, while I was cooking, there was a small accident and the oil fell on my face, and there was blisters on my cheeks and on my upper lips. But apart from the pain, I was more worried about how I was going to face the others with these ugly blisters and how I'm to answer them. So I immediately applied Healing Mate oil and kept applying it for a few minutes for a few hours. And then I also did the therapeutic energy healing. Now, it was so surprising that the next day the blisters came down, and miraculously within a day, my face was back to normal, even without scars. So that was what I felt, how effective it was using these oils. And I feel truly blessed and thankful for having learned these healing techniques.
Yeah, that's amazing. We have several of such experiences ourselves, and we have been listening many of these testimonies. So any health problem, be it day-to-day cuts or any infection or any sprain, if you have these oils with you, they are like your life mate along with you, supporting you for all your activities. In fact, some of the things we received, there was a kid who was stung by a honeybee and this kid was crying very hard. And just after a simple application of healing mate oil, within a second the pain was relieved, and within 2 hours the swelling is also gone. So we keep receiving many such testimonies. It's very simple, it's very handy. All you have to do is to find out the suitable healing blend which is needed for that purpose, and simply apply it on the affected part, simply apply it on the chakras, and you see the miracle around you. In fact, some of the results are so miraculous. We had a person in our house, he was cutting a vegetable and he had a cut. So he was bleeding, and I immediately brought healing mate, applied it, immediately bleeding stopped, and within 2-3 hours the cut is healed. You can't believe that it could happen like that. So such miracles, and if you compare the results with the application of the oils against without application of the oils, you will see as if they are really miraculous.
Yeah. One more thing that is very interesting about oils, which we have observed and people actually came back and told us, that the family members, they may not be very receptive to the idea of the healing, but they are all receptive to the oils. So the moment there is a problem, if you tell them, I'm going to apply you an oil, they are okay, yes. And eventually, over a period of time, they also know that which oil is to be applied for what purpose. And you have a small case where all the oils are there, and they just go and pick it up. They don't even ask you. So the receptivity is more because you see something physical being applied.
So true. I was going to say the same thing, because what happens if somebody is hurt somewhere and you're not with them. I always make it a point to give these healing oils to my family members. They have it with them. So immediately I call them and say, okay, now today use that healing mate oil or use this particular oil, and they immediately use it. So that makes it so much more easier for them. And before even I start healing for them, they're able to solve it. Not only that, but I also enjoy preparing my own cosmetics, like massage oil, aftershave lotion, soaps, hair oil, as well as aura cleansers.
It's fun, isn't it? Till now you were buying all these products from the market, and now you are empowered to make it yourself. The best part is what you are making, what exact ingredient is in it, its purity, its quality, and the cost is very low compared to the similar kind of product. If you go into the market and when they market it saying natural product, the costs are so high that you save a lot by doing this. So that's a really fun part of the workshop.
In fact, in one of the class, there were a lot of members, and there was a few male members also. So they said that, oh, this cream and lotion, I am not interested in all that. Then we told, oh, you can also make after shaving lotion out of it. You can also make healing cream out of it. You can also make hair oil which you use. So it's fun for both. It's not only for the female, it is for both actually. Its impact on meditation. So meditation, we use chakras, and if you apply proper essential oil on the chakras, it will automatically, instantaneously become stimulated. So for example, when you do wellness meditation, before that if you can apply a drop of violet color based essential oil on the heart chakra and crown chakra, you will really feel the vibration of these chakras. And I mean, in the class we do the meditation after applying the oils on the chakras, and people say, oh, it's such a short meditation. People don't realize how the time passes.
Yes, Sanjila, I truly agree, because when I do my meditations, I do use these oils, and it makes a lot of difference. You can feel that intensity of the meditation increase. Another thing is that, I've sort of become a sort of entrepreneur at home, though I don't sell the oils, but at home, everybody comes to me because when I make these moisturizers, hair oils, and then whatever I've done, I've distributed to my family members and friends. And when their quota of oil gets over, they come back to me and say, my cream is over, my hair oil is over, can you make some more for me? So it's like, I feel very happy that I'm able to share this knowledge and give it to them also. And
yeah, that is so fulfilling, because we keep getting the audios of the kids, of the parents who have done the workshop saying, thank you, we love this, we love that. Because this workshop offers much more than just doing the healing or meditation, or its applications are so wide that you can actually start your own business, your venture. I'm not kidding, because we have many students who have actually started a profession using the knowledge gained in this workshop. Some are doing it at a smaller scale, but some are actually doing it at a big scale as well.
Yeah, and not only that, I use it for hygiene at home. And apart from cleansing and clearing, it also helps in etheric cleansing as well. So that is an experience I've had.
Yeah, actually, it's a very handy tool for improving the energy of your house. In fact, whatever activity we do, we always absorb energy from the surroundings. So if I make any effort, I need energy. From where this energy comes? It comes from the surrounding environment. So if I put you into a room which is very depleted in energy, you know what will happen? You will start thinking negative, you will start having low self-esteem, you will start feeling stressed. The reason is there is no energy in the surroundings, and low energy in the room is depleting your energies. In fact, there was one researcher, his name is Bruce Tanio. So he has done a lot of research in this area. He actually devised an instrument to measure the frequency levels. You know, everything is vibrating. Our organs are vibrating, our body is vibrating. So he derived an instrument. Using this equipment, he measured the energy of a healthy body. And he found that a healthy human body vibrates at a frequency of 65 megahertz. And if this person suffers from any viral cough, cold, suddenly the vibration frequency of the body drops. And he found that person suffering from cough, cold, viral is vibrating at frequency about 57 megahertz. Then he did research on cancer patients. A cancer patient, if you measure their frequency vibration of the body, they are vibrating about 42 megahertz. Then he also measured the energy frequency of a dying patient in the hospital, and he found that their body frequency is about 25 megahertz. And if you measure the frequency of a dead body, it is close to zero. Then he also measured the frequency of these essential oils. He found that these essential oils vibrate at a very high frequency. So these frequencies could be up to 320 megahertz. So think, a healthy body is vibrating at 65 megahertz, but a rose essential oil is vibrating at 320 megahertz. For example, lavender essential oil, its frequency is 118 megahertz. So suppose there is a cancer patient, or there is a sick person whose body is vibrating at a lesser frequency than healthy frequency, and if you diffuse the lavender essential oil, which has 118 megahertz frequency, into the environment, what will happen? So first, the environmental energy frequency will rise, and then these energies will be absorbed by the aura of the patient. Now suppose the patient is sick and their body's frequency is less than 65. When they absorb the frequency of 118 megahertz from the environment through lavender oil, what will happen to their body frequency? Naturally, their body frequency will rise. And when their body frequency will rise, what will happen? Automatically the body will lead to a good health state, good healthy state. The body will rise to a good emotional state, good mental state. In fact, all these negative thoughts, negative emotions, they vibrate at a very low frequency. So if you are very happy, your frequency of the body is high. If you suddenly start feeling low or worry or start feeling negativity, your body frequency will reduce. But if you improve the frequency of the environment and through that your body frequency improves, then what will happen? Automatically you will feel good, you will think good, and challenges will become like excitement for you. Low energy and lot of challenges leads to depression. High energy, lot of challenges leads to excitement. So in order for you to be excited and happening in your life, you must have high energy. And if you have high energies, these life situations give you excitement. They give you happiness rather than having a depressive state. Oh, I have this to do, I have that to do.
Very true, Sanjil. This is something new. You've given me a lot of new information about the frequencies. And yes, because even at home, when I feel a little sad, if I diffuse a few of the oils, like lavender or anything, I feel my energy automatically increases. Another thing I realized was, when sometimes when somebody gets angry, you also tend to get angry because emotions are really contagious. So, and I realized when you go to some new place, suppose you're shifting to a new place and you find that, suddenly you start quarreling without any reason. That it could be because that place is, the psychically contaminated. So for that, I think the psychic blends that you taught us, I keep spraying them psychic blends. Even when I go and stay in a hotel or something, I spray the psychic blend so that I feel more comfortable and it is more soothing. So, and I feel it removes all the negativity.
Yeah, very true actually. This reminds me of one of the testimonies someone shared. This was in the very beginning of the workshop, that her sister had some marital problems, relationship issues. And after doing the workshop understanding, she prepared some appropriate blends which were high in pink and violet energy and gave it to her to diffuse. So her sister diffused it on a regular basis, and the results were surprising because they had, after some time, the husband and wife, they stopped fighting and their relationship transformed into a very harmonious relationship.
This reminds me of another very interesting testimony. This is like the person got married, and as usual, most of the time it happens, his wife and his mother were not going along very well. He prepared a similar blend which had a lot of pink energy and violet energy. So the pink color energy will stimulate the heart chakra of the people around that area, and the violet colored energy will stimulate the higher chakras, the crown chakras, the forehead chakras. When higher chakras are more stimulated, they take control of the lower chakras. And to his delight, what happened was, when this oil was diffused, his mother and his wife, they became happy. By regular diffusing of this oil, their relationship improved, and now they go along very well. They have become friends, because actually it's the start of the relationship. So whenever a relationship is starting, that is where the equilibrium is set. At that time, if you find any issue and you immediately apply the solution, then the relationship will build positive, and then it will sustain throughout like this.
Yeah, and it's not limited to that. There are very interesting examples of how the relationship and what kind of emotional states can change. Another interesting success story is of a girl whose father was working in IT sector, which was very competitive, very stressful environment. So he would come back every day from the office. I think this is a general story of many, not just this girl's father. Come back from the office very tense, distressed, and then it was miserable for other family members. So she used to have that routine every day, and every day she thought, if I could do something about it. And when she did the workshop, she realized that she can actually do something about it. So from next day itself, she started to diffuse the appropriate oil as soon as the father entered into the house. And to her surprise, the mood changed, the environment changed, and instead of being angry at everybody and asking questions which are uncomfortable, he started to have fun and cheerful nature, which changed the entire family environment. Because as Sanjil said, it's the beginning, it's the start. As soon as you enter in the house, and if you are in a bad mood, the rest of the time is you lose that completely. Here, if the start is good, then your rest of the day is also good.
Yeah, very true. And it is really interesting to hear all these wonderful examples. And I must really thank you, Ruchi and Sanjil, for having done so much research and giving us this knowledge on a platter, so that it's so much easier for us to just apply the knowledge that you've given us. And this is really wonderful. And I must say, this workshop on aromatherapy is one of a kind. I don't think there's any other workshop like this. And I must really thank you for introducing us to this field of understanding what the essential oils and being able to use them so easily in our daily life. I would highly recommend this workshop for all the therapeutic healers, because it complements the therapeutic healing energy healing techniques, as well as they're able to get the desired results by saving time and effort. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Hemlata. Thank you so much. And may with the grace and blessings of the great beings, many other people be benefited from these teachings.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Namaste.
Namaste.